Yet another week passes, and yet another week where I don't finish Kid Icarus because I'm a lazy asshole. At this point, I like just drawing attention to it. I don't know when it'll happen. But anyway, before we actually start with all the wins today, I'd like to show off what I have made in BA3 so far. Don't worry, it's not much. If you happen to be one of the people that caught the stream the other day, you would have seen that I basically just kind of saved over the Dance of Remembrance tile set, added some like rules and changed around some basic info, and then was like going to start and then got stressed out because of all the noise and like distractions and just kind of ended the stream abruptly. I did continue working on it that night, and I've got basically, it's like 5 or 6 screens, and visually it's not much, but I'll have to explain what's going on here because it's actually pretty cool. And it's not really spoilers, so I'm okay with showing this. Eventually I need to like start caring about spoilers, and yeah, obviously I never updated the game icon either, but this is basically just like mechanic stuff. So I'm just going to turn the game on and not touch any controls, and you'll see what happens. So yeah, I've talked about the character Haley a few times. I never really said who she is, I don't think, but yeah, she's kind of just like a computer. I'm not going to give an in-depth explanation into the character because that's something we don't need to know about right now. But the game is going to kind of start with like this forced tutorial thing. I only have this one screen made, but let me actually play that again because I'm still fairly impressed by the way that turned out. Because, yeah, you can't change fonts in Zelda Classic. So the way for me to get that text to appear on screen was actually pretty complicated, and I'm going to show that off in ZQuest in a minute here. But right now, that's basically all it does, is it just kind of loads through some... It sits on black for a while, you get a count to 9, and then you get this. Now, why is that? There's a few reasons, because the game is going to kind of start out with a few, like, forced... Like, it's not really a forced tutorial. It's more of, like, just a way to force people to use the stuff that I want them to. Because it's easy for me to just put in, like, a README that says, like, hey, I want you to use this version of Zelda Classic, and also be sure to install the sound effects pack. But nobody actually looks at READMEs. I've learned this. It's a fact. So if I force the game to do this, basically everybody's going to have to, unless they, like, actively avoid it through just sheer stubbornness. And so, like, by me showing this here, you could, like, when the game comes out in 11 years, you could go back and look at this video and be like, oh, now I know what to do. I don't have to install it. But, I mean, whatever. That's your prerogative at that point. So what's going to happen is you get to the screen. It's going to be like, you press down, and it's going to be like, have you checked the README yet? If you haven't, you probably should. There's, like, a custom sound effect file, blah, 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 blah. It's going to tell you all this stuff. And then it's like, if you have... part of Haley's deal is she has, like, special text compared to other characters, and is also going to have, like, the Banjo-Kazooie style, like, babbling going on, which is going to be done through the secret sound effects, which you can trigger to play automatically on a screen if you want. Actually, let me go ahead and just add that right now while I'm thinking about it. What screen is she on? Here we go. I know you can't see this, but give me one sec. So I didn't change the sound effect, so it's still going to sound like just the little Zelda jingle, but you'll see what I mean. But yeah, I'm going to change that to be like the little babbling noise. And why did it not play it? That concerns me now. Oh god. I'm going to have to play around with that later and see if there's like a reason why it's not doing that. Anyway, it's like, I don't think I have the audio muted or anything, I'm not sure. But either way, it's going to do that, and it's like if you have the correct sound effect thing installed, then you'll hear the noise and all that stuff. But then what it's going to do at the end is kind of throw you into ending cutscene. Like normally you save Zelda and it does like the do 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 do. I'm gonna replace that with something else, which is basically going to be instructions telling you what to do on the screen with the numbers. So you restart the game. It's basically going to say on the screen with the numbers. I might simplify this a bit because I don't have that much time to work with, but it's going to say something like, on the screen with the numbers, press and hold down on 3, then press and hold right on 7, and then hit F6 to continue. So let's try that. Down on 3, right on 7, F6 to continue. Oh! So what the hell just happened? I'll explain that in a minute. But first, I need to boot up a different version of Zelda Classic. So you can see this now. Well, let me make this visible. Takes 10 years to do it. We got it? Yeah, there we are. Professionalism. I swear, if it turns out I can't actually add the secret sound effects to screens that you warp into, I'm going to be upset, because that was like a major thing that I had planned. I'll figure something out. Okay, so this is beta 184. This is the one that doesn't crash the map when you load it twice. And let me just go ahead and get rid of both of these. I'm sure they're fine, but just in case they're not, I'm going to make a fresh one. So let's do the same thing. Down on 3, right on 7, F6 to continue. And now we're somewhere else. This is obviously just a test screen. It's not going to just be a green field, but you get the point. It worked that time. It didn't send me to a screen saying you're using the wrong version, and that's because I exploited continue bugs to do that. So, also it's worth noting, if you don't press the buttons at the right time, or if you press the wrong direction, you just die. Like, you can die within 2 seconds in this game. It's pretty good. But, anyway, let me go ahead and show off how I actually did all this, because I'm fairly proud of how I managed to do it. So, when you start the game, let me actually turn off layers real quick so you can also see what I'm talking about for some of this. You start the game on this screen. The 1 is just there for my own reference to show that this is the first screen. It puts you through a timed side warp entrance-exit style to another D map, which is going to be on map 2. Screen position 11. It does this because if you've watched any of my recent videos about like the wrong warping in BA2 and Mitch and that kind of stuff, there's like this exploit you can do with the game remembering your screen coordinates but not your map, and you can like warp to weird places. So this is basically my way of disallowing it, because you can also carry the coordinates of other screens from other quests. So as soon as you start the game, it immediately sets your coordinates to 11. There's no way you can avoid this. On this screen, it does an insta-warp back to another D map, which is going to be back on map number 1, which is this hot garbage. So basically, you appear right here. You're surrounded with spikes, and this thing, which is a combo cycling damage tile. This is also a combo cycling damage tile, and this is a trigger. You can't see it go through all the numbers and stuff right now because combo cycling doesn't actually show in ZQuest, but basically this is timed in such a way so that when this displays a 3, this is safe to pass through. When it displays a 7, this is safe to pass through. So you walk down, you walk right, you hit the button, and then it turns all of this into a rapidly flickering stairs into conveyor belt thing. So basically what happens is You go down, you go right, you hit the button. When you continue, it resets your position back here and then immediately warps you to this, which will eventually be something else. If you don't do all that, then after 300 ticks, which is, I think, 8 or 9 seconds, I forget, it's 60 what is it, like 300 divided by 60, I don't feel like doing the math right now, I guess 5 seconds, it warps you to the Haley screen, which I'll also explain in a minute. But because 192 version 183 and version 184 behave differently, this will do different stuff depending on what you do. Because after you hit the button, if you continue in beta 184, it'll remember, basically it's going to remember, like, God, how do I explain this? This is freaking confusing even for me. Okay, let me explain what it does in the wrong version first, because that one's a little easier to say. In the wrong version, you go from here, it warps you to here, it sets your position as 11, it warps you to this screen, but without updating your entrance-exit point, so it still remembers 11. So then if you do a continue, it's going to drop you onto screen 11 on this map, which is this. This is the one with the, like, if you're seeing this message thing, and you can't escape from this. In the correct version, if you continue here, it'll remember your map in addition to your position, so it'll actually dump you on this screen, which then warps you back to this one, and then puts you on the flickering stairs and gets you to where you want to be. So there was a lot of freaking manipulation involved here. It took way too much work to get that actually functioning. And then I found out another exploit where if you hit the button but then save, then even in the wrong version, you can still get it to work, because then, like, you've saved this. This is a trigger permanent. You saved it, and then, like, when you load the game up again, you'll start from the beginning, and it'll do this. It'll dump you, and then you'll be in the right spot anyway. So to fix that, I had to make this screen its own DMAP with a continue point, and then make it so when you reload the game, or if you just die, then you appear down there, and then that immediately warps you to the Haley screen. So to successfully get this to work, you need to not save, and you need to not die. Yeah. Anyway, as for this one, here's what it looks like in all of its glory, which you already saw earlier. Obviously, this is done through a bunch of layering. Layer 6 is just the frame. Layer 5 is the green scan lines, which are transparent. Layer 4 is... I'll explain layer 4 in a second. So here's what the screen normally looks like without any of the layers. And if I go down a whole bunch, you can see all this crap here. She's in CSET 7. So I've got this giant block of white. Actually, let me put it on 0. So you can see what this is. This one right here, obviously, is the one that you're currently seeing on screen. And then all the rest of it is just black. Why is that? This is combo cycling. This, even though you can't see it right now because, again, ZQuest doesn't show combo cycling, is basically set to fill in with green incrementally. So it's like this black tile becomes the black tile next to it, which becomes the black tile next to it, which becomes the black tile next to it, etc., all the way up to this. And then this one becomes the solid green one, and then the solid green one becomes itself infinitely. And so by drawing this onto the screen in reverse order, I can have it fill in with green. And what does that do for you? Well, if you look at this layer screen, here I have the text, where the text itself is transparent, but the blackness around it is not. So by putting that over the green filling in, I can have the text appear. And the reason I did it this way is because now I can use this exact setup with the, like, 4 billion tiles of blackness becoming green, and put that on every screen with just different transparent text tiles, and then it'll always fill in properly, and I don't have to animate the text every single time. It took goddamn forever, but it works. Now I just have to figure out how to get the frickin' secret sound effect to play, because I totally turned that thing on. I don't know why it didn't work, but I guess we'll worry about that later. I don't know. It annoys me. It might be something where, like, you have to walk into the screen for it to work. I really hope that's not the case. I'm actually checking. I kind of want to check right now if that's what happens. Also, what is going on in the bottom right? I just noticed that. We'll worry about that later. Okay, so here, let me walk off screen and walk back. Okay, so that time it played it. I guess warping into one of these doesn't... Oh, God. I didn't plan for that. I'll have to figure out a solution for it eventually. I might use a different sound effect. I was going to use this one because it doesn't loop. If I use, like, the ocean sound effects or boss roar, those always loop, and I don't want that. But, again, I guess we'll figure that out at some point. Anyway, back to the actual game now. Got it. Here, let me show what I did. Instead of just putting the sound effect directly on the screen, I decided to do enemy's secret, which makes its secret trigger when all enemies on screen are dead. I put in a secret flag that does nothing, and I did not set any enemies. So as soon as you go on the screen, it recognizes the enemies are dead and it plays the secret noise. That should work. As long as I don't ever have her talking on screens where you activate a secret otherwise, I don't think that'll be a problem, and I don't plan on that ever being the case, because these are just basically cutscenes. If I ever want to have her, like, on screen while I have to activate a secret, I'll just make it 2 separate screens. But yeah, I'm happy with that. And for the record, there's also, what is it? No secret sounds. If you check this, you can turn them off. So you're not going to have, like, every time you, like, find a secret on a screen. I'm just going to disable that everywhere else in the quest. So, to reiterate, you start the game, it dumps you here. It's like, yo, numbnuts, make sure you install the sound effect pack. If you haven't, then you're not going to be able to understand the advice I'm telling you right now. So it'll just play the Zelda victory sound and you won't know what to do. So you install the sound effect font. Or, not font, you know what I mean. You put in the correct sound effect, you do it again, it's like, hey, go do this shit. You go to this screen, you do the stuff. If you're using the wrong version, it's like, hey, guess what? You're using the wrong version, you should switch. If you're using the correct version, then you can finally move on. I like to call this the DRM, or like the copy protection screen. It's just a bunch of unnecessary garbage that you have to go through in order to get the game to work, because I don't want people to do it wrong. It might be a little bit annoying, but I think it'll be worth it. Okay, now moving on to Isle of the Winds for real. Alright, I have off-screened back into level C to the room with these chuckle fucks because I wanted to see what would happen. I'm like 90% sure they're just going to drop money. I can't imagine it would be anything else, but I have to know for sure. And this is basically the only thing I've not checked, other than, like, a couple random, like, kill all enemies to get money screens. Also, I'm probably gonna die here. I almost might want to just trigger him to shoot into this thing. It might be better. I don't know, these things have way too much health. I have potions, though. And I'm probably just gonna reload anyway, because I don't particularly need the money. But, like I said, I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't check. Come on, please. Okay, that's 2 down. Yo, I'm over here. Excuse me, Mr. Professional Newsman. I'm over here. Yeah, okay. I don't need that. So, instead, we will be, I guess going to Volcano Island, because everything else I can't do. And it's possible that I might get through the entire dungeon there, I don't really know. I don't know, right now my mind is still reeling from the whole, like, trying to explain the frickin' stuff I made in, the BA3, like, beginning. Because it's, like... even I have a hard time understanding what I did there, so it's like, this is my first time really having to accurately explain it succinctly. Like, I've shown it to Joel and Martin, but for there, it's, I don't know. But, either way. It's also worth noting that, for as many hours as it took to make those 6 screens, I'm now, like, coming to the realization, like, not everything's going to be that complex. This is me working with really obtuse mechanics that I've never tried to work with before, trying to get stuff to work. And like I said, with the filling in the, like, green, I can reuse that for every screen, so I don't have to constantly do that. But I am going to have to import the text for every single time Haley says something, which is going to take a lot of time and a lot of resources. But yeah, it's just like, I spent however many hours doing that, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I started the game before the 25th, I don't have to touch it again now. Yeah, I need to not have that mindset. I need to basically get into the habit of working on that in my downtime. I didn't yesterday because I didn't have much downtime yesterday, and I probably won't have much today. But on days where I do, then yeah. So is this just going to be the heart piece immediately? Because I saw one up here. I didn't see if it was, like, blocked by something now. Yeah, I can just get that. Okay. So I got the bomb upgrade and 1 heart on this island already. That means I have 1 more heart and the random hidden money, which I don't... Well, I guess I spent the money on the bomb upgrade, so I can hold some more now. Also, before somebody else brings this up, and it's probably too late because I'm sure somebody commented it before they got to this point in the video, the whole, like, forcing the player to use beta 184 thing, I know at least one person that has had trouble getting that one running. A lot of people have problems running 192 in general, and it's like with... I think you can at least use the, like, 2.50 has a launcher that you can use to launch old versions, I think. And it's like you can use that to launch 183 with some difficulty usually, but you can at least do it. 184, I don't think you can. And so, like, forcing the player to use this version that, like, nobody can use is a bit suspect. Like, I've figured out a method to get it to work. It works for me. Like, obviously you saw me do it. I'm gonna include those instructions at least. And for people who can't get that to work... Oh, hello. You can just buy a key. Okay, then. That's a little weird. Hopefully that's not required. But what was I saying? Yeah, it's like, for people that doesn't work for, I've not actually tested it in 250 yet, but I'm assuming 250 should work, because it seems to, like, recreate old quests pretty well, and if anything, it fixed the continue bug instead of leaving it in. But I'll double check that, and, like, as I kind of mentioned before, my main goal is to get it running in the old version, and then, like, once I am done with the entire game in 19 years, and, like, release it, if I find that 2.50 can't really run it, I'll make a second version. I'm not gonna update it to use new features, but I'll at least make it, like, compatible. I'm not too worried about that. My number one goal is to get it in working condition in the old version now. Alright, so let's just swim a couple inches from lava, which sounds like a grand idea. I think we determined this was a fairy pond. Yeah. And, well, here's the hidden money of the island, which I guess I'll go ahead and grab. But yeah, I've, like, this is no surprise to anyone, but I am horrible at keeping secrets. I've determined this very early on, because, like, I have no problem sharing vague ideas about the game that I have planned. Like, in videos like this, I've talked a lot about just minor stuff. There's also, like, a few people that I've divulged way too much info to. Like, basically people who agreed to help out with stuff. Like, I had no reason to tell them random, like, late-game plot developments, but I did, and now I kind of regret doing it. I think, like, in my mind, I didn't ever think it was gonna get made, and so now that I've, like, made 5 whole screens of it, it's like, oh shit, it's actually gonna happen. I don't know. Like I said, it's weird thinking that as early as it is still technically in development now. And that's just kind of weird to think about, because, like, I said for how many years that I was never going to make this thing, and now I kind of am. But, I don't know, I like it. I plan on showing update stuff periodically, but, like, gameplay stuff, I don't mind showing. There's going to be a few sections that I don't want to talk about until they're ready, and then I'll show them off. But, like, plot stuff is going to be not talked about. That's... yeah, okay, so I need to figure out what the hell I'm doing here. This button over here has to be hit by this block, it looks like, and then that one has to be hit by this one. So, I'm going to move this one down. These top ones I can't even manipulate. This one I have no reason to push down. This one I have no reason to move. So I'll do that. This one I could move into the corner, but I'm not going to do that yet. I see no reason to not push this. So let me at least get this button pressed. Can go up. Let me move you. Okay, yeah, I think I've got this. I'm always just worried that I'm gonna do something stupid and block it off. Alright, and we got another 50 rupees, cool. So, still looking for 1 heart piece, and then obviously the dungeon entrance, and I think that's everything on this island. Have I gone up this way? I don't know, but I don't really need to swim there. I can just walk like a normal human being. Can I even hookshot over there? Oh my god. Okay, everything dies. You revoked your living privileges. Or privileges, as the case may be. No, I cannot hookshot over there. I don't know how I actually get over there, then. Possibly by going around. Or under. Everything must always be under. Okay, that did me a whole fat lot of good. I do have my 1 allowed use of the map. I could pull that out to check if there's something obvious that I'm missing here. I'm just checking right now. I don't think I missed any, like, paths up. Yeah, let me pull up the map. Okay, so let's see. Those screens look pretty explored to me. That was where the heart piece was. That was just the bomb upgrade cave. So there's 3 screens I've not been to, and I'm not actually sure how I get to them. It doesn't look like I can hookshot over there. There might be a hidden cave. Like, I did notice that little patch of grass there. I can try bombing that. There's the guy coming out of the wall there. I don't know if that's a hint to anything. I guess I'll just wander around with the Lens of Truth. Because it's either that, or there's, like, an obscure thing I'm supposed to do somewhere else to warp into this, and I kind of doubt that's the case. That would be a little stupid. But, yeah, let me go ahead and... The screen already has a secret on it, so there's probably nothing else here, but just looking in case. Yeah, same thing with this screen. I do like how you can see the animation of the stairs coming out. That's interesting. Okay. Also, I did not realize you could see underneath cuttable bushes like that. That's surprising. But only those. Why? What's special about those bushes? It's gonna bother me now. Oh, hold on. I think I'm a dip. Let me, when I said I wouldn't swim around, for some reason I'm, like, used to every island just kind of rubbing up against the top of the map and not having, like, a way to swim around it. But it looks like I can on this screen, and that's probably what I've got to do. No? Surprisingly not. Okay. Is there a secret dive spot? If there was, I don't know if the lens would show it. I'm draining all my magic. Whatever shall I do? Oh. Okay, I guess it does show at least hidden items. So I guess that's probably how you're meant to find the... Why does this do that? I'm trying to think of any reason why it might be doing that. Because those are just bush combos. Like, they shouldn't have anything special about them. I don't know. That does raise another question, though, that maybe one of the other, like, Zelda Classic users in the audience would know. In the Dance of Remembrance tile set, there's, like, a whole bunch of different grass tiles that have, like, corners and stuff, and they all have specifically made, like, cut grass versions. And I don't know how you would ever include all those on one screen, because I'm pretty sure they just use under combos, and you can only set one under combo per screen. So it's like, I don't know how you would designate the different ones. Is there just something I'm missing? Speaking of things I'm missing, what do I do here? This is weird. Like, I've been everywhere that I can go, I think. Like, I've definitely been up here. Wait, have I not been up here? Have I seriously not? No, I have. This might be a point where I have to look up stuff, which I don't want to do, because it's really dumb. Yeah, that would show if that was burnable anyway. What am I missing? Like, I don't have to swim through the frickin' lava, do I? That... You know, actually, I have the boots. The boots protect me from all damage combos. Maybe I do. I've been avoiding that because I thought it would kill me. Do I... Oh god, do I actually have to go up the lava waterfall? I bet I do. That is... something I would have not thought to try. No? Damn it. Damn it, every time I think I have something. What do you want from me? There's no way up there. Like, am I really missing something that obvious? There's no way across this hookshot gap. Like, I tried. I'll try it again. Like, I can hookshot to this one, but that doesn't help me any. I can't go that way, though. And with that, I am immediately out of ideas, so... I guess I'll off-screen, and I'm gonna save, because I already used my only map usage. Okay, well, I was on this screen before, and I was like, I don't think you can hookshot across here. No, you can. Every other hookshot area in the game, as far as I can remember, has been a ladder-only combo. And it's usually been, like, well advertised as one. But no, you can just do this. There is a hookshot over. Well, I'm trying to think, like, ladder only, I think if you make it solid and don't turn on the ladder for the screen and it's not a dungeon DMAP, because dungeons automatically activate that screen flag for some reason, like, I guess this still might be ladder only, or it might be hookshot over, I'm not sure. Point is, it wasn't immediately obvious that I could do that. I was wondering why there was a hookshot tree here, but I figured it was just a small tree being used to block the path. I don't know. Either way, making progress. And for the record, I did actually have to look at DarkFlameWolf's, like, video to see what I was supposed to do there, because I didn't feel like dicking around for forever trying to figure it out. And the annotations on that one says, like, this hookshot target has stumped so many players. No shit. It wasn't that obvious. Like, I would have eventually gotten it, I guess, but still, though. I think I've gotten into a mindset of, like, if I don't solve something within, like, 5 seconds, it's too hard, which is a stupid way to think of stuff. But whenever I'm, like, recording something, I don't want to spend a half an hour looking for the solution, so it's just kind of how it is. Anyway, I just wanted to go over here to make sure there wasn't anything, which there wasn't. And I've already seen that the heart piece is up by the dungeon, so we'll go and grab that. Will that be a full container? Yes, it will. Why am I still cutting every bush? Don't know. Is this burnable? What is this? I can't actually tell what that is. Whatever it is, it's destroyable. What is it, though? It looks like it's a bush. Like, I'll try a bomb, or hold on, hammer? No. Bomb? No. Super bomb. Okay. I guess it was a skull? I really am not sure what that was. Anyway, only missing 2 hearts. One of them is the heart container from this level. The other one, I need 4 pieces. One of them is push a heavy boulder on Swamp Island. One of them is push a heavy boulder on Desert Island. One of them is in a little mini dungeon where I needed the book, and I might comment on that more later. And one of them is on Death Island where I needed the book. We've already had this song, haven't we? I distinctly remember hearing this song before. But yeah, there was a few comments on the last video, or more accurately on, like, the Discord talking about the video, basically saying that, like, the thing might have not required the book. You might have been able to hookshot over to the torch and, like, light it with the candle, or you might be able to light it with the fire boomerang. I didn't think it would be fire boomerang because that seemed a little bit obtuse. And the way that burn flags in Zelda Classic work is, like, you kind of have, like, a tier system. There's the generic burn combo, which is hit with any type of fire, but fire boomerang doesn't count as fire. It's like blue candle, then red candle, then wand plus book fire, and then Din's Fire, which does exist, but most quests that I've seen don't use it. It requires a different sub-screen type. So it's like, if it was the fire boomerang, it would have required a fire boomerang flag, and that would have not been activated by any other types, which didn't sit right with me. But I went and checked anyway, and that wouldn't have worked, so the fact that I didn't try it didn't actually cause any problems. Can I... Yeah, let me bomb the top wall in the other room. But yeah, the other thing was, like, just hookshot over and use the candle, and that actually kind of made me facepalm for a minute, because I'm like, yeah, I can totally hookshot these targets, because I kept forgetting that I could do that in previous dungeons, so that's totally what it was. It wasn't, actually. It was surprisingly not a target. Like, it was one of these torches. I guess not all of them are hookshot targets, only some are. It's arbitrary. Either way, I couldn't do it. And since this is the final level, well, the final main level, I'm sure there's going to be, like, a final dungeon after this, and it might have some other items in it, but, I'm expecting L2 Bracelet and Book. Good. That was a successful run. Ooh, and we've got Batwiz robes, my favorite. Could be a lot worse. I've said before, Batwiz robes not really that bad in the grand scheme of things. But, still annoying enough. Also, I am not actually seeing what I'm meant to do in this screen. I don't think there's anything that's targetable with the hook shot that I can actually target here that wouldn't just dump me in the lava. Like, even if I could target these torches, which I can't, and I can't get that one, so I guess this is just a pass-through, and then the other side is, like, something else. I don't know. You probably, like, hit the star switch and it makes a bridge across. Oh boy, Pole's voices. Why are they called Pole's voices? I will never know. Who is Pole? Why is their voice a rabbit? Also, I'm making it a point to not open locked doors right now. Although, actually, I did get a key, so I probably should just open them. As usual, as long as I end with the right number of keys, it doesn't matter what order I open the doors in. But I like to not get, like, totally lost. And I'm assuming that shop that sells the keys is just there as kind of like a workaround in case you are missing a key somewhere and don't feel like checking every single dungeon for it. And since it costs 500, it's still like a very obnoxious solution. So it's just there as kind of like an emergency, which I'm fine with. Okay, this screen, absolutely requires the book, as far as I can tell. Because, like, there's a torch on the far right that I need to light to make these blocks go down, as far as I can tell, so I don't need to be bothering with anything here. And just to show it off. Oh my god. I was gonna try to hit the torch with the fire boomerang just to prove my point, but yeah, it doesn't do anything. As for why pushing this arrow plays a secret jingle, I couldn't tell you, because there's a whole bunch of different push flags, and some of them are designated to not activate secrets. I guess she just used the wrong one on that. How dare you make an extremely minor mistake? You're not allowed to. I've never done that before. Like in an early build of Victim's Adventure 2, when I accidentally put a dungeon boss screen flag on the screen where you feed the Gory a cheese in level 2. So that when you feed it the cheese, the Goma in the next screen over just dies for no reason. I could not figure out why the boss was not spawning. It was pissing me off. And I eventually made a forum post. I'm like, okay, so my boss is just not working, and I have no idea why. And they're like, did you make did you do boss flags? Did you put a boss somewhere else in the dungeon? I'm like, no. I don't even know how to use boss flags, because this was like early on where I didn't understand that. And I checked every screen, and I'm like, oh, lo and behold, here you go. Dungeon boss. Alright. It was a little bit stupid. And I hear knocking. Hopefully it's not for us. Also, I'm gonna get lost, because I'm not keeping track of where I've been. I guess that's what the dungeon map is for, but still. Oh boy, block puzzles! My favorite! Okay, I knew there had to be something behind those torches, but I couldn't tell where. Alright. I'm just gonna do this. I'll probably regret it later, but whatever. Okay, hold on. How am I gonna do this? See, if I push this one to the right, I can... I think I already hosed it. Like, here, let me try this again. Not being able to see that one block is like throwing off my plans. I'm just gonna push it a space to the left for right now. I can always move it back. Actually, yeah, hold on. Move this back. Move you all the way to the top. I'll move that back later. What am I supposed to do with this block? Okay, you go over here. You go fuck, I blocked myself again. Sucks. Okay, trying this again. Move this block there. You go up one space. You go over one space. And now I'm stuck again. This block puzzle sucks ass. There's not enough room. Okay, I at least know for a fact I'm supposed to do that. And then that. Now, have I given myself enough room to work with? Because I need to be able to move this up and around the one to the left that I have to move. That's the problem. Okay, so let me get this way the hell out of the way. I need to, like, push it here so that I can push it up. Or no, I can do it on the other side. Did I trap myself? Did I seriously fucking trap myself again? Okay, let me try this. Move you. I think I'm okay. Arguably, let me try moving this down a spot. Yeah, maybe? No? Because if I move this one all the way to the right, then I won't be able to push this one from the side. Okay, no, I'm fine. I do this. Then I do this. Oh, fuck. What block is here? I think I'm actually stuck again. Because if I move this left, I can't move it again. If I move it down, it's blocked by this. God damn it, this puzzle. Okay, I think we're gonna be doing this one at warp speed with no commentary, because I hate this. I'm not gonna try to solve it with, like, I don't know. No. Jesus Christ, that puzzle. And the stupid thing is, I don't know if I'm going to show this in the editing, but I think I had the solution, and then I accidentally walked out of the screen and reset it. That frickin' pissed me off. Okay. This hopefully is going to lead to one of the dungeon items. You know, as opposed to those non-dungeon items that you find in dungeons. I don't know why I specified that. But yeah, that was a bad one. Like, not that it was badly designed. That's the problem. It was well designed. It was just really hard to figure out. My mind does not handle block puzzles well. Making sure there's no secret exits from this screen. Nope. Okay, so book. What the hell is this screen? I'm assuming if I push one of these, it makes these walls appear, so let me go in here first. Oh, that was for the boss key. Okay, I mean, I needed that eventually. It wasn't what I wanted right now, though. Alright. So, what does this do for me, then? No, I can't push these. Alright, never mind. So we don't ever have to worry about... Oh, I gotta kill all the land molas again. Excellent. I would use arrows, but the silver arrows are equal to the power of this thing, and they don't pierce enemies, so it's not actually any better. So does that mean this quest doesn't have temp no ret disabled? I don't actually remember what temp no ret disabled is. It's like... Apparently there was an issue with NES Zelda where, like, land molas would always reappear. Or something. Or no, I think it was that they would never reappear. So maybe this does have it. I don't freaking know. Where am I supposed to go? Because, oh yeah, I can do this. I'm derp. And then just an explosion occurs outside. Why not? I'm seeing a whole lot of locked doors in here, and that doesn't make me too happy. There's a bombable wall, though. Let me check that out. I'd like the map at some point, also. And hey, look, I need the book for this screen. So why am I bothering to kill stuff? Couldn't tell you. Continues to do it anyway. So that's two screens that require the book, and I won't remember where either of them are. I mean, there's a very small chance. Very small chance that I'll sneeze. I think one of them was up here, right? I'm just double checking. Make sure there's no other paths this way. I think that's what that was. Yeah. Okay, so I think I've been everywhere in this direction. There was also, like, a path I didn't take back at the beginning. Yeah, I never actually went this way. I never went right from the starting screen either, for that matter. I should probably go do that. Because that will most likely lead to that box down there, which is most likely a key. You heard it here first. It's not a treasure chest, it's just a box. I mean, if we want to get technical, it's a slash combo with an Armos equals item flag placed on it. Because there's no actual treasure chests in Zelda Classic, but because you can hide items under Armos statues, you can also hide them inside cuttable objects using the same flag. Which is just kind of weird. Okay, so yeah, basically what I'm seeing is I should have gone this way a long time ago. And I don't think I get anything for killing these enemies, but I'm going to do it anyway because they piss me off. Nope, okay. And probably key, maybe map. Map, okay, I'll take it. And the level looks like a bomb. Except, I don't think it's meant to be a bomb, because I think one of the Zodiac signs looks like that. Whenever I play one of the Escape the Room games, there's always the one I call the Sperm, and I think that's what this one is, and I'm going the wrong way again. So aside from the rooms that required the book, I think I've fully explored everything that I can, except for this, apparently. Okay, what is this? That actually leads to a sequence of, like, 4 locked doors, from what I remember, because I passed by a bunch of them. I'm going to check that out later. Let me go this way first. So I think I've been up. Yeah, I've definitely been up. I've done everything that way, so let's go this way. I have not been this way yet. Can't recognize this screen. God, I'm gonna need to get so many keys in this level. Turns out that you actually have to use every key in the entire game in this stage, and you don't get extras. I mean, I guess that could be the case. This whole time I've been assuming that I'm saving the keys for level 9. Maybe I'm saving them for this one. Which, if that's the case, then, I guess I don't have to worry about ending with 8. I mean, I'll find out. There's a hell of a lot of locked doors in here. I'm starting to believe that that's probably the case. Oh boy, Super Dark Nuts. My favorite. I'm sure I've talked about Super Dark Nuts in the past. They're basically the upgrade to Blue Dark Nuts in the sense that blue ones have 8 HP and walk relatively fast. Supers have 16 HP and walk very fast, and when you kill them, they split into 2 blues. Anyway, L2 Bracelet. I've yet to see anything in this stage that obviously required that, but I'm sure it'll come up at some point. There was that one screen with blocks that I couldn't push, but... Wait. Hold on, was that the only way I could go? Is this just leading me back to the series of locked doors again? Yeah, I couldn't actually go anywhere else here. Okay. And yeah, now that I think about it, the fact that the shop on this island sold keys... I don't know why I went back down here. I just... Like, I knew what it was. I just did it for some reason. Yeah, Blue Dark Nuts are 8 HP, right? I think Wooden Sword kills reds in 4 hits, and blues are twice as strong. That sounds about right. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna go and, oops. Go open those locked doors, I guess. There's more frickin' slashable combos with visible undercount. That's weird. Okay, so I've been this way already. I don't need to go this way again, because that requires the book. I'm trying to see where that one screen with the unpushable blocks was, but I'm pretty sure they were legitimately unpushable, and not, like, requiring L2 Bracelet. This way, I don't think I need to bother going again. Just double checking what this is. Yeah, it was just a key. Or compass or something. Okay, let's hope I have enough keys. It's the moment of truth here. Please no more locked doors after this one? Okay, so far so good. Oh god, Fire Wizard. Oh, fuck. I mean, these aren't that bad either. Also, I see what I'm having to do in this screen, and I'm curious how it's gonna work. And I'll explain why in a second once these are done. Oh, never mind. See, I saw this thing, and the empty spot below it, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be like, you have to push the entire thing down, and it requires the L2 bracelet. But you can only push one tile at a time. So I'm like, I'm not sure how that's visually going to look. But I was wrong, so it didn't matter. Okay. So I've got the boss key, I've got both items, I've used every single key that I have. If another locked door shows up, then that either means there's another key somewhere in the dungeon that I've missed, that I have to buy one, or that I've somehow missed a key in a different level, which I really don't think is the case, because I went into this with 7, and it should have been 1 extra key per stage. So, let me go see where I needed the book again. Wasn't this way. one up here, I think, and then there was another one over to the side. Or, I guess this is the side one. I'll do this one first. Get out of my way. Okay, now you all died just due to principle. All I'm trying to do is pass through. I wasn't even going to do anything. Alright, first let's get rid of all the frickin' garbage blocking my path. Oh, and we have an item bubble. That's nice. Those are my favorites. Please. Please? Why does there have to be an item bubble on this screen? Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna go. And that got me in the... Okay. There's another key. Can I bomb anything on this screen? Nope. Alright. And now we head back to the other book screen. And at this point, I don't even care. I'm just going to tank the damage from these spikes. Yeah, there was a locked door anyway. Once again, desperately hoping that's the final locked door. Because I have the money to buy another key if I absolutely have to, but I really shouldn't have to. Okay. Bomb some Dodongos. Every room that I go in, I'm just, like, holding my breath, waiting for the key. Like, waiting to see the locked door, and like, fuck, no. Can I miss these a little bit more? Oh my god. I am doing a tremendous job at missing these Dodongos. Can I waste a few more bombs? Perhaps 5? Perhaps 20? Like, this isn't even the quest's fault. I'm just being awful right now. Please. I want to gain my bombs back. I'm trying to kill them the fancy way. Okay, that's fine. I can hold 40. I don't need 40. But I can at least end with 30 if I kill this one the correct way. Come on. Gimme. There we go. Making sure there's nothing I can do in this screen. Doesn't look like it. Okay, still no locked door. This might just be a gauntlet of enemies, which I'd be okay with, because I can tank damage pretty well. I am noticing I'm getting low on health, but I've also got 2 potions. And not low on health, but lower than I'd like today. No locked door. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely just a gauntlet. There's gonna be a locked door somewhere, though, and it's gonna piss me off when I find it. Like, at this point, it's just... I'm counting down to when I explode. Okay, still good. And the thing is, as soon as I see the boss key door, I know there's a boss key door coming up. And judging from the map, I can tell you where it's gonna be. But when I see it, I'm still gonna have, like, a miniature heart attack. Okay, come on, get over here. I shouldn't even really be checking for secrets on these screens, but I'm doing it compulsively. Yeah, okay. Oh boy, blue is Rubs. Favorite enemy in the game. I still maintain that out of all the, like, actual NES Zelda enemies, and not the ones that ZC added, blue lizards are the worst. Oh, that could have been bad. Okay, this screen should be a boss key door. Or it's whatever this is. I am not actually sure what I'm looking at right now. Man, wouldn't it be great if I got caught by a wall master? Okay, what do we got? What is this? No, really, what is this? Okay. Well, I'll take it, I guess. Okay, so now I appear on the bottom right, and to the left is a boss key door, and then that'll be the boss, and then the Triforce. Okay. Let's spam this screen with enemies, even though there's no reason for me to fight them. And... Gliok 2, yes! Or whatever this thing is called, Fire Gliok. Tank it, just go. No point in trying to dodge, there's no room. Spam. Spam! That could have been bad. I waited a little bit too long to use that potion. Okay. That was a boss that required great strategy and not just spamming and taking damage. And with that, we have the final Triforce piece and more layering issues. Oh god, what is this? I wasn't prepared for... I mean, I see what this is. This is the beginning island, and now it's, like, dead. Something to help you leave here. I mean, okay, I'll take another potion, I guess. Problem. I wanted to end the video. I could save here. I just... She had to have made this a continue here map, right? There's no way. Because if I save, and this isn't a continue here map, then the only way for me to ever get back is to go through the level 8 again and hit the warp. This has got to be a continue here map. Please? Oh, thank God. Okay. We'll worry about that next time. Basically, Ganon and his minions have seized the island of Korodai. I'll deal with that as it needs to be dealt with, apparently. And then I'll go around and clean up the remaining heart pieces, and then probably pee or something. I don't know. But next week I should really be finishing up Kid Icarus.